Hey everyone, this is Manly Badass Earl and welcome back to Lisa. Previously on Lisa, we set off for the final area, while also leaving our party members behind. Goodbye Terry. Goodbye Birdie. Goodbye Shocklord, my ever-bro. I'll miss your hot dance moves and overall failure. There's the other boat. Seems like she didn't make it far. I thought he was like a nice guy who just had boats. That was wrong. There's a lot of bottles in this island. Don't have my other key items anymore. Marty. Oh god, she tried one. I'll try the other option afterwards. I may not have a choice though, could have been a false one. Oh my god. Get away, buddy. I don't want to do this. I don't think I have a choice. feel very bad. Very unclean, if you know what I mean. I feel like it's not just Brad's inner rage and drama at this point. I think the joy is having an effect on him too. Because the joy seems to amplify your inner issues before it makes you into a mutant, and it just kind of goes downhill from there. That could be why we keep seeing those flashes of a kind of brain thing going on and that kind of roar. Not just an internal struggle, oh my god. But Brad is possibly becoming a joy mutant. I think no matter what I did there, I would have had to kill him. I think the first choice was just kind of a roleplay one. Well, he became useful for something, you prick. Rando's Island. Having to actually walk around without any arms is a lot more sad. When I had the bike, it was a little bit less noticeable, but now it's kind of in your face. Still in withdrawal. Figured it'd be more of a welcoming party. Oh, there's an item up there. I feel like the layout of this place is a real big falling hazard. Drunk one night, bam. There goes half your army. You can tell they're giving these to me because they didn't know if I'd have healing items at this point. And I still don't have a support, I have to rely on items to heal. Sticky's father. What is with your family and coming back to haunt me? I'll just keep blasting. Just probably check an item. Bastard. Seems like my skills have changed. Did in fact lose my poncho. I'm suspecting Marty might have reformed after Lisa's death. Still doesn't really forgive what he did, but that's why his character is so different. In contrast to Brad, who kind of never got over the trauma in this world and kind of became not quite Marty, but he's becoming a rage maniac, let's say that. This camp is really empty. Saw him down there, I should go and grab it. Ow. Well, let's just get as many of these as we can. I'm pretty sure I probably have enough at this point. I'm actually kind of curious how many bottles I have left. Well, there's nothing up here. Just if I needed more diesel firebombs, I guess. I'm sure I have enough to cover me throughout this trip. Gold Skull guy really had to stand out, huh? Terry. Shocklord and Birdie. Wow. It's pretty much not even a fight. It's just an expression of sadness. They'd form in an RPG battle. Worst part is they're actually pretty tanky. Just kind of drawing the fight out. Rest in peace, Shocklord. Spoil the pricks, you're one of the few that was actually relatively nice. Later, Terry. Never be any more hits in this world. Let's get it over with. Some of those diesel fire bombs. Brad has become an actual embodiment of rage. I haven't seen a person powered this much by anger since Asura's wrath. He can't even see straight anymore. He just sees that world. Goodbye, special snowflake skull mask. Imagine just outright panicking now. I'm just gonna throw another bomb and be done with it. I don't even have to scream, they're already horrified on their own. Rando still has the stuttering from back when he was younger. Also, as you remember from the ice cave, his face is scarred up. Which is why he sympathizes with Buddy. Just in the fire, huh? I should probably heal. Your random rations have kind of come back to haunt you. Also notice that Rando uses Brad's techniques. I think I have TNT still. Sweat resisting still does the most damage. This whole entire final sequence is kind of painful. It's not so much as a climax and confrontation, but rather it's an extension of what you know has been coming for a long time. How it changes a broken man. Monster's resistant to fire too. Seems like he's not as strong either. He's kind of scratching and wailing at me. Oh, there we go. So this is what happened when I was hallucinating. So that's it for Lisa, minus the pain mode. I'll be making my way for that mode next, and if there's any different areas or endings or any secrets and things like that, then I'll make a new pain mode video and that'll kind of finish the series off. Also, I know despite the kind of bleak ending that there is a sequel spin-off coming starring Buddy, so by most chances Buddy probably wakes up and maybe finishes off Brad, or maybe Brad kind of holds back and dies just there. Because it seems like the Joy Mutants kind of peak out and they just kind of become very zombified, one-area non-violent beings. The funny thing is, if you actually look in the art book and the assets, that there is sprites for a more progressively Joy Mutant Brad. So it looked like it wasn't supposed to happen all at once originally, and maybe it was supposed to be gradual and kind of like getting bigger and bigger, but they opted for the more dramatic, suddenly Joy Mutant, this kind of twist ending thing. Also, this is a bit of a different subject, but I thought the ending dialogue after the credits with Buzzo and Dr. Yado really felt Metal Gear style, especially with the way it kind of cuts out with that dramatic boom kind of thing. And I feel Buzzo kind of fits that archetype of Ocelot, where he's a character that's kind of a side character, and he's also a villain, but it seems his influence kind of reaches throughout the entire game's world, despite not being the main antagonist. His story isn't really resolved, and I suspect his stuff will probably come to an end over in Buddy's spin-off game. Right now, I think the implications are that he might have been one of Brad's students, kind of like Rando was. He might have been the one blonde one, where Brad goes up to him and says something bothering you and blah blah blah. That's what seems like most people are going with. And the theory is he might have been a childhood friend of Lisa, or might have had a crush on her. And since Brad didn't pull her away from Marty, you know, Lisa committed suicide. And Buzzo, or Bernard, probably really hates Brad and probably split off from the school and went training on his own and became some kind of undefeatable monster or something. And then at some point after that, joined up with Dr. Yado, and he was either another scientist or an investor or maybe a military guy, who knows. But he's definitely connected to that whole mess with the Flash and the labs and everything. On the subject of Dr. Yado, he's probably Trumpet Man. It's actually, it really can't be anyone else. You meet Dr. Yado actually in the beginning of the game, if you go off to the far right. And while we don't know what he did exactly, Dr. Yado did create Joy and mutants and the probably connected to the Flash, and Buddy's probably his daughter. I actually personally believe that Buddy is not the last woman on Earth, and that there's probably more. And that's kind of going off Buzzo's dialogue, where he was saying something about Buddy being useful for the other women, maybe as, you know, like being raised by him or something like that. So there's a good chance there is civilization in various places, but it's only restricted to the people who are connected to the Flash, and everyone else is just out there goofing about. Kind of like the destroyed lab area, which had like green grass and everything, and normal looking homes until, you know, they were all ruined by zombies and things like that. Shifting off from theories about the game itself, and about the quality, in my opinion, of the game, I very much like Lisa. I think it's one of the best RPG Maker games, and probably one of the best kind of indie RPGs I've played. He keeps a very consistent humor and style, while also never being kind of overtly edgy, dark kind of stuff. It's bleak, but I never feel like it's trying hard. It always kind of stays very consistent pacing and thematically, and it kind of gives you the image, and then right at the start of the game, that it's going to be kind of a quirky, funny game, but it's also going to be very depressing, and it never strays from that route. It also has very solid RPG game mechanics, and while it does get easy past a certain point once you start exploiting certain party members and combinations, the game is still challenging actually, and it's not just a story-based game. There is a chance of you dying or getting your butt kicked, and you just can't go in autopilot until like much later on, which is like standard in most RPGs in general. But I like how this game challenges the concept of the main character being the hero. People obviously could make comparisons to Off. I think I personally prefer this game to Off, because Off gets into that kind of metaphorical, symbolic stuff a bit too much for my taste, while this game has also another kind of story. It's not force-fed to you, but as I said before, the story and the clues are more visual, and they're not just being metaphors and things like that, and you can piece together the story pretty well. I also have to give this game a lot of credit for being a Kickstarter game that actually, for the most part, delivers on its promises. I think it would have been nice to have a few more choice events, kind of like the guys who attacked you and threatened to kill everyone in the camp, because aside from the limb-cutting ones, there's not many choices like that, but it's not really a big complaint or anything. I just would like to see a little more kind of branching off and a little more challenge and things like that. And that could have brought some more challenge to the game and some more difficulty, especially towards the later areas. But yeah, pretty much Kickstarter game, delivered on its promises, delivered a solid product, and it stayed close very much to its marketing and promotional images, which is pretty rare for most of these games. Anyway, so, thank you all for watching me play Lisa. I'll see you guys later. Take it easy.